Okay, so, Abitana Cristiano, mapagpalang gabi. Right now, welcoming to the special program of version 3.6. Pinapakatang Back to Earth
in
Evernight.
Evernight.
So, mapagpalang gabi, Abitana Cristiano.
Let's watch it. With the Era Nova now complete, you have granted the hero the perfect conclusion.
What can change a person's nature? Is it memories? Unfortunately, the
Dude,
result
are you sure?
is just
Are
the
you
result.
sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Rise
Let me ask
from
again.
dormants
Are
and follow
you
as
sure?
dragon.
Are you sure?
Mountains roar, dragons rise.
Wait, naglalag kasi. Okay, so I reloaded. Alright. Abetano, Feliciano.
And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's a pleasure to be back for the version 3.6 Back to Earth and Evernight special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert. We also have the honor of inviting 3 passengers of the Astral Express to spend some precious time with us today. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back on the special program. I'm Himiko, the navigator of the Astral Express.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Hung, the Express's guard.
Long time no see, dear viewers. I am Sunday.
I'm very happy to see you all again. It's always nice to meet old acquaintances.
Thank you, Mr. Albert, for inviting us. You're still as lovely as always.
It feels like we've only met yesterday. I can't believe it's already been so long.
Reuniting with old friends is like a bird returning to its nest. It's good to see that you're doing well, Mr. Albert.
To be perfectly honest, I've been really looking forward to seeing you all again. It's like having a family reunion.
Mr. Albert is welcome to come visit the Express more often. I've even gotten some inspiration from Amphorius for a new style of coffee.
Well, I'll definitely visit if I have time. But let's first get to today's main topic. In the previous version story, the Trailblazer took on the role of the Deliverer, bringing new hope to Amphorius' deadlock. With the combined efforts of our companions, both inside and outside Amphorius, this world has completed its final flame chase journey according to our will.
We also forced Lygus to compromise with us. Without that genius's constant meddling and obstructions, we have an even greater chance of defeating Iron Tomb.
Miss March, or should I say Miss Evernight, provided critical assistance on this front.
Definitely. She helped the Trailblazer break free from the Exomyth and return to Amphorius, and she also handed over the core flame of world bearing to us.
Even though she looks quite different, I still believe that March is on our side.
But it feels like Evernight has a dangerous aura about her. What exactly happened to March?
Yeah, those jellyfish floating around here don't look like they should be messed with.
The situation in Amphorius is changing rapidly. Based on what Miss Evernight said, it seems she also has her own ideas about Era Nova.
Mr. Sunday is quite perceptive. In the version 3.6 story, Evernight will attempt to save Amphorius by implementing her own idea of Era Nova.
Her own idea? Would it deviate from the plans we made with the Chrysosairs?
Even though Evernight has good intentions and won't harm the Trailblazer, her plans do indeed clash with our current concept of deliverance. So Evernight ends up interfering with the Trailblazer's plans through certain means.
time is running out. There's no more room for hesitation, Miss Kimiko. I wish to return to Amphorius.
But you've only been back for such a short time, and it's too risky with all the dangers Amphorius has shown.
Any risk is worth it as long as we can bring back the Trailblazer in March and reunite all the Express crew. You would do the same in my place.
You're right. I should have known you'd say something like that.
Since Amphorius is a world enveloped in Memoria, there must also be something I can assist with. Miss Himiko, I will do everything I can to help them return safely. I also believe that Miss Black Swan will make the same choice.
You kids. Promise me that you'll take care of yourselves, all right?
I will.
Of course.
My heart! I'm so moved! Oh, the Astral Express family must be brought back together. However, due to the time dilation inside Amphorius, Don Hung may see some serious changes once he's back on Amphorius.
Is this the sacred tree in the Grove of Epiphany? Why are all its leaves dyed gold?
Only a few grains of sand have fallen through the hourglass, but already so many years have passed. There is something melancholic about it.
There also seems to be a few strange creatures here.
These are actually twisted monsters when the Garden of Recollection's mimetic life forms merge with the Destruction's golden blood. They're preventing Don Hung and the Trailblazer from reuniting. In order to make our journey go more smoothly, I'll present some intel here about the head of these monsters, the I-Core Memo Sprite, Judge of Oblivion. This monster's specialty is that it can target a single ally character and launch multiple single-target attacks. If the target of the Judge of Oblivion's attack is protected by a shield, the Judge's toughness will be reduced after the attack.
Looks like you'd ideally want a character in your team that provides shields when fighting this monster.
Exactly.
My
In addition,
goodness.
before the Judge of Oblivion uses his
People
ultimate, you
are
have to manage to let
getting
an ally character to
negative
take the
reviews.
most damage.
I see.
Also, in the
What
version
is wrong
3.6 story,
with this
we will head into
people?
and explore the
I
great
am
tomb
the
of
Credit
the
Lord.
Titan.
I am the
Nameless.
Credit Lord.
Is there a 13th
Since
Titan outside
May
the 12 we know?
25th.
This is the deepest ruin in Amphorius. After it is stripped of its mythical embellishments, the colossal storage matrices flicker incessantly, recording an unknown past.
Oh? An unknown past?
Uh-huh. We learned previously in the story how the two paths of erudition and destruction have influenced Amphorius. This world is less a place where paths intersect, and more a place where paths battle to the death. And now the path of remembrance entanglement with Amphorius' millions of epochs will also be brought to light. I'll let you in on a little secret. Perhaps it all has something to do with a certain pink companion?
Ah.
Okay, now let's take a short break. So we'll resume when we're back.
Okay. First code. Okay. I-type natin sa chat box yung pinakaunang code. I-type po natin sa chat box. I too am excited for Evernight. Woo! Right, click it. Okay, after the break, we can now showcase March, aka Evernight. So hope we are ready. Good ka na to ah. Yun ka na to.
All right. So March was drawn into Amphorius for some unknown reason, but she also transformed into Evernight? What's the relationship between the two of them?
Well, according to what Evernight herself said, Evernight symbolizes March 7th's forgotten past, and she's existed up to this point in order to protect March 7th's future. We learned from the 3.4 storyline that March 7th, who appeared to be encased in ice on the Express, actually entered Amphorius before we did. Evernight only shows up when March 7th's life is in grave danger, which means March 7th must have encountered serious trouble during her time adventuring alone.
Grave danger.
That's...
She symbolizes the forgotten past. That means Evernight's formidable powers could also originate from March's unknown past.
Mm-hmm. Don Hung and the Trailblazer aren't the only ones on the Express hiding mysterious powers. Of course, March 7th has always been the most precious thing to Evernight, and the one she'll give everything to protect. So even though her intentions are good, Evernight is willing to do whatever it takes to protect March 7th and make March's wishes come true, regardless of the collateral damage. You've got to be careful around her.
Actually, there was something in version 3.5 that I've been thinking about this whole time. Those memo keepers from the Garden of Recollection who tried to trick the Trailblazer seemed very afraid of Evernight. The memo keepers left as quickly as possible when she appeared. Is there some connection between Evernight and the Remembrance?
No, we can't reveal any specifics right now. But the Remembrance is not a unified faction. Different sects and memo keepers all have their own agendas. Evernight is very aware of the plot that the Garden of Recollection is currently scheming, and she hasn't held back in dealing with these memo keepers to clear the way for the Trailblaze.
Okay, so
Naturally,
March
she became
and
someone
Evernight
they
share
wish
the
to
same
avoid.
VA.
All right, I'll leave it to everyone to find out more of Evernight's story in the game. Next, let's see what Evernight does in combat. Evernight's forte is working in sync with memo sprites. Her memo sprite is called Evie, and it shows up as a little jellyfish next to her when she enters battle. Evernight can increase the crit damage of all memo sprites on the team. The more Remembrance characters on the team, the bigger the increase.
Fascinating.
When she summons the jellyfish during combat, Evernight gains Memoria. Accumulating Memoria will gradually increase the damage dealt by the jellyfish. After reaching a certain number of Memoria stacks, the jellyfish will immediately take action and deal damage to all enemies.
Her combat style is completely different from March's previous styles. It's much more intimidating.
It seems that if you want Evernight to perform better in battle, you need to accumulate a lot of Memoria and trigger the jellyfish to self-destruct as much as possible to deal more damage.
Exactly! When Evernight or the jellyfish's HP drops, Evernight will gain a certain amount of Memoria, and both herself and the jellyfish will gain buffs. Here comes the key point. When she uses her ultimate, Evernight deals damage to all enemies, and she and the jellyfish will enter a special enhanced state called Dark Spirit. In that special enhanced state, the damage dealt by Evernight and the jellyfish is increased. After Evernight uses her enhanced skill, she'll also gain extra Memoria.
Even the jellyfish changed to a red and black color. Evernight in this state seems much more dangerous.
Why is Evernight always holding an umbrella?
This umbrella is her little assistant. When she's facing enemies, it becomes her weapon, dragging the enemies into the Evernight. After using her technique, at the start of the next battle, Evernight increases all ally memo sprites' crit damage and gains some points of Memoria. Alright, now let's take a look at our other companion who gained a new form. Don Hung Permansorteri.
Alright, so we accident for Don Permansorteri, and now I really want to pull him. Also, the same goes to Flint's Genshin.
How did he gain a new form?
On his journey to find the Trailblazer demigod, he unlocked the powers of Permansorteri, powers that only belong to him.
The golden dragon soars above the lands for one reason: to protect all.
It seems as though Dan Heng's powers this time are related to the earth and mountains, unlike his water dragon form from before. Overall, he also seems a lot more composed.
This trailblazing expedition through Amphorius has strengthened my true inner desire. I want to do all I can to protect my companions. Permansorteri's powers come from this desire.
Having taken the Earth Core Flame, Dan Heng also becomes even more closely tied to this world.
So, is this why Mr. Dan Heng is now taller?
Amphorius's earth creatures usually have powerful builds, like mountain dwellers and dromuses. I suppose that growing taller is a side effect of accepting the Earth Core Flame.
Oh.
Only by comprehending and aligning with the way of the world can one's path lead to everlasting existence. For the person Dan Heng is right now, aligning with the way of the world means to share the same fate as Amphorius. In the future, Dan Heng will continue to explore the way of the permanence and look for more possibilities within the permanence.
After gaining these new powers, I can provide my team with comprehensive protection during battle. When using my skill, I will designate one ally character as my bondmate and summon Soul Dragon for them. At the same time, I will provide a stackable shield to all allies.
Oh? You can give your teammate an extra summon?
When Soul Dragon takes action, it dispels one debuff from all allies and provides a shield.
You've kept your word and carried out your conviction to protect everyone. You sure bring a sense of security.
When I use my ultimate, I will deal damage to all enemies and provide a shield to all allies. At this time, Soul Dragon will be enhanced. When it takes action, it will launch a follow-up attack on all enemies.
By using follow-up attacks, Soul Dragon can also build up more shields for the entire team, adding another layer of protection. Take another look at the screen. When Finan is the bondmate and activates his territory, the Soul Dragon can follow him into the effect to safeguard him.
When I use my technique, I will daze the enemies within a certain radius and make the character who triggers combat my bondmate. At the start of the next battle, I will use my skill once on this character without consuming any skill points.
The ability to grant a summon to a teammate will make for a lot of fun combinations.
You'll have to uncover more of these lineup combos in the game then.
Our bonds of companionship stand more sturdy than the toughest rocks. You can now trust Dan Heng to watch your back in a fight even more.
Now, let's take a look at version 3.6's banners. In version 3.6's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Evernight. Limited 5-star light cone to Evernight stars will also have a boosted drop rate. In the first half, the limited 5-star character, the Herda, is returning, and at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone into the Unreachable Veil will become available once again. In version 3.6's second half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character, Dan Heng Permansorteri. The limited 5-star light cone, The Worlds Apart, will also have a boosted drop rate. In the second half, the limited 5-star character, Anessa, is returning. While at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone, will become available once again.
Thank you for the introductions, Mr. Albert.
No problem! And I've got even more news. Version 3.6 will also have a new animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.6. Make sure you don't miss it!
Oh, an animated short about Dan Heng? Then we'll have to pay close attention. The art style also looks quite unique this time.
The lines and colors are clearly defined, with a very strong 2D feel. It's almost like a mural, and it's definitely very different from the usual animated shorts.
In addition, a Myriad Celestia short about March 7th is also coming soon, so stay tuned!
Well, the animated short isn't the only thing with a unique style. We saw many unique things about March and Dan Heng today, too.
Mm-hmm. Since setting out in the Star Rail, March 7th and Dan Heng have been the Trailblazers' closest companions. They've experienced so much together, and they've all quietly gone through various changes throughout the journey. Before the start of this program, Dan Heng asked me if he could take this opportunity to say a few heartfelt words to the Trailblazer. Mr. Dan Heng?
Thank you, Mr. Albert. Now then. You once asked what trailblazing meant to me. It has taken on thousands of wills and thousands of
The
forms.
legend of the Ash Express.
To trailblaze is to be with those who save themselves. It is to be with all living things. And to be with you. No matter the ebb and flow of fate, even in the face of tempestuous seas, in the name of trailblazing, I will guard your way forward. Calamity undone, lands beneath me. What remains is permanence.
Come on! And there's the code! Let's go! Yes! 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 Come on! Come on, baby! Okay, so October 15th will become free for life. Free!
Welcome back, dear viewers. Up next, it's time for the version events. On a warm and sunny day, Professor Naxa announced that he would be going into seclusion for a while to concentrate on his academic research. Before he left, he gave the Trailblazer a special Dromus egg to look after.
Professor Anaxa must trust the Trailblazer very much. He likely thinks the Trailblazer had a lot of fun with Dromuses, so they're well suited for each other.
Seriously?
Well, they both like to eat dirt.
Well, it just so happened that the egg hatched while under the Trailblazer's care.
Yeah, and when I first saw the Trailblazer, he couldn't help but yell out, Papa!
Aww.
Baby Dromus that's just been born
Droma.
is like the morning sun. Starting out with a good foundation and full of endless possibilities. So, as his designated parent, the Trailblazer must take on the responsibility of raising little Dromus into adulthood. One clump of red soil at a time.
The Trailblazer has some experience in parenting. The saga of Primavera Blade is proof of that.
So, what needs to be done exactly?
It is said that Giorios gave all the Dromuses 3 gifts: indestructible musculation, perspective spiricuity, and connective charasplendor. These traits are important indicators that show how well a Dromus is growing. The Trailblazer can schedule daily activities for the Dromus while it's under their care. Aside from studying, you can also take your child out to relax, feed them snacks,
man,
play with
that's
them,
so
give them a
cute.
nice
That's
hot bath. And based on the Trailblazer's educational methods, the Dromus baby will gain different stats and traits.
This child is just too cute. Those big and shiny golden eyes are just like the Trailblazers.
Like it's their own flesh and, like a child they raised themselves.
Every once in a while, there will be a test to assess overall progress.
Of course, if your child isn't getting the grades you want, don't worry. The Trailblazer can also directly help their child pass the test.
This educational philosophy seems a bit too lenient.
In addition to all of this, the baby Dromus will experience different stories as it grows up and will trigger some special events.
Wow, you can even change its outfit.
Some Chrysos AF friends will also participate in helping the Trailblazer raise the baby Dromus.
With the help and support of so many companions, I believe that the baby Dromus will grow up happy and strong and become the Dromus of its dreams.
During the event, Trailblazers can also obtain rewards such as an avatar.
Wait.
Version of it.
Wait lang. Okay na.
All right. In version 3.6, the event Colorful Mayhem will come online. First,
Seal
the
Slammers
Seal
now.
Slammers event will return in a new multiplayer mode called
Let's go.
Double Seals.
I completed that
This time,
event.
the Trailblazer can deploy a total of 6 baby seals. 3 of them will be deployed as the main combatants, while the other 3 can be paired with a main team member to help in battle.
So, in addition to considering which seals should be the main combatants, selecting the right supporting seals will also be key to securing a victory.
Aside from Seal Slammers, Origami Bird Clash will also welcome a Best of the Flock mode during this event. A total of 30 contestants will participate in a single competition. The 30 contestants will be ranked, and the contestants who score below a target level will be eliminated at the end of each round.
An Origami Bird Remake Battle Royale Edition sounds thrilling and exciting.
Yes! With the Trailblazers' 2 favorite Clash and Slam events coming back together, there should be plenty of clashing and slamming all at once this time.
Well, I heard that this event was also made for Don Hung Seal Master.
Unnecessary.
Version 3.6 also brings another combat event for Trailblazers.
Okay.
One day, Kate,
Much fun.
a member of the Penacony Bloodhound family, picked up a dream bubble called Try Not to Laugh Challenge, and she invited the
This is
knowledgeable
something
and
that a
experienced
person will do,
Trailblazer to participate
Alright.
in this mysterious challenge. In the challenge, some characters will turn into comedians. When the surprise box on the action bar takes action, the comedians can open up a surprise gift from within and provide combat assistance to the team.
During combat, the Trailblazer needs to charge up the surprise box as much as possible and use it to vanquish multiple waves of opponents.
Could such a delightful event be the work of Director Sparkle?
If the masked fools are involved, then Sampo might show up too, right?
Mm-hmm. As the battle progresses, the Trailblazer will be able to unlock more comedians, and they can use different methods to charge the surprise box and activate different combat effects. Time for a true display of your comedic talents. In addition, for Trailblazers looking to challenge themselves and test their limits, we've added a new high difficulty trial in version 3.6 that will be updated periodically, named Anomaly Arbitration. Anomaly Arbitration will be updated once every version, and Trailblazers will be able to face extremely challenging enemies in this mode.
Extremely challenging. Can you elaborate on that, Mr. Owlbert?
Anomaly
So
Arbitration
basically,
consists of 3
Don
trial
Hung and
stages
Alice
and
looks
1
like
final
chess,
stage.
I think.
Trailblazers must form 3 separate
A
teams
new
to take on the
endgame.
trial stage.
I'm not serious.
After completing the trial
Let's
stage,
go.
Trailblazers can assemble
A
any
new
characters into a
endgame.
team to challenge
go.
the even more difficult final stage.
It does seem very intimidating.
Once they clear the final stage, Trailblazers can obtain the brand new Interference key item.
Oh?
When using variable dice to reassign subsidiary stats of a 5-star relic, the Interference key can be added to block one subsidiary stat, preventing that stat from being enhanced during this reroll.
That is very useful. Now there's a higher chance of enhancing key substats.
Yep. In addition to this, Trailblazers can obtain limited time avatar frames and medals based on their score when clearing the stage. Furthermore, there will be a brand new store added in version 3.6. Trailblazers can exchange tokens in the store for rewards, which include the Pet Complainer.
It really is Complainer. So cute. I like to challenge myself, so I'll definitely try this event out.
Tokens are mainly obtained through clearing anomaly arbitration stages. At the same time, you can also use jade feathers to exchange for a certain amount of the new token in each period's priceless jewel store. The store's offerings will continue to expand in the future. Trailblazers will also receive a little surprise gift from Pom Pom on version 3.6. When Trailblazers log into the game, they will obtain an interference key for free and a certain amount of the new token.
Thank you, Conductor.
We'll have to thank Pom Pom then.
All right, time for a short break. There's still more version news to share with you when we come back. Welcome back! Let us continue with more version content. First, our old friend Gift of Odyssey will arrive on schedule in version 3.6.
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
In version 3.6, Cavern of Corrosion, Path of Hidden Salvation is also set to come online. Successfully beat it to obtain 2 relic sets, World Remaking Deliverer and Self-Enshrouded Recluse.
Version 3.6 also brings some system optimizations for everyone. Firstly, the main story replay function previously mentioned will officially come online. Trailblazers can choose to re-experience completed Trailblaze missions, Trailblaze continuances, and companion missions. At the same time, they can freely choose if they wish to view specific cutscenes and cinematics. Now, catching up and keeping up with the story will be easier than ever.
And we can rewatch the most exciting clips and animations from the story.
Yes, of course. To help Trailblazers quickly understand the important events of the current version, version 3.6 will also introduce the Journey Highlights function. On the Journey Highlights tab, Trailblazers can quickly view important ongoing and upcoming events. They can also get info about the rewards for the corresponding events.
It's certainly more intuitive now, and the goals are clearer.
Next up, we'll introduce some collaboration news. Honkai Star Rail and 8-Bit Do are releasing an Evernight theme controller.
Okay, so we have another
and in-game
collab
virtual
for the
rewards.
tech, the
Pre-orders are
technology
open.
itself.
Hurry up and grab one.
Yes!
Yay!
Well, today's special program has now come to an end. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having me.
Trailblazers.
Until next time.
Bye,
Let's go.
everyone.
Bye.
An all-new, large-scale permanent game mode
Wait.
coming soon. Revolutionize the battlefield with boundless strategy. Form a 10-person team. Choose your own extraordinary lineup. Explore character combos. Activate powerful buffs.
Whoa!
Try out gameplay exclusive character abilities. Currency Wars. Ready for launch in version
go.
3.7. Please stay
This will be launched on November 5th.